I do consider myself a pioneer. And then when I moved here, I had to start from ground zero. I came with a lot of hope and dreams.
That was 13 years ago. The drug war in Colombia made it a dangerous place to live. Her Mormon faith steered Gladys to Utah, where the tranquility of Salt Lake seemed right for her and her children.
I remember my kids with tears telling me, well, Mom, we should probably stay there no matter what. But I told them, no, I am not going to stay. I'm going to go my way. I ain't going to get somewhere. It's going to take us time and work together as a family. But someday, things will be different.
Gladys was a bank executive in Colombia. She assumed her experience would land her a similar job in Utah. She was wrong.
I had to start cleaning floors, and ironically, I was cleaning banks.
Gladys also delivered papers for the Daily Herald in Provo, and that's when the light bulb went on.
I was delivering these newspapers, and then I was thinking, well, what Latinos have for them in terms of media here in Utah?
The answer was not much. Utah's big newspapers did not cater to Latinos, and Gladys saw an opportunity to realize a dream.
My dream, really, in my life was to be a journalist. It wasn't to be a banking person.
Gladys took her idea to daughter Sandra, and together they started the newspaper.
We didn't have any technology, so we started in the little dining room of the apartment of my daughter. I typed the whole newspaper. And then we cut and then paste.
I think she's crazy.
Jim Wallace, publisher of the Deseret Morning News and a mentor to Gladys. He says starting a paper from scratch is difficult at best.
Nobody in their right mind would do it because the uphill battle is huge.
With no knowledge of publishing, it took Gladys and Sandra 1 month to put out the first edition of Mundo Hispano. With a lot of sacrifice, the mother-daughter team took the paper from a small monthly to a weekly with a circulation of 10,000.
Buenas tardes.
The paper is delivered at locations like this Latin market all along the Wasatch Front.
The newspaper has really become the voice of the Latino community in Utah. We go to legislation, we fight the battles of our community. I love it. The newspaper is part of our lives. You usually learn to love what you really have had to work for.
She's my hero. You know, not just because she's my mother, but for the example she has been in my life.
It's like the early Utah pioneers. They got here and they had their hand carts and their wagons. And basically, Gladys pulled into town with part of her family and nothing. But she had a dream.
If you put all the efforts and you have the right support, the American dream is alive. I have a newspaper. In my country, probably, I will never have a newspaper.
I believe she's a pioneer in all the sense of the word.